My boss told me today that I was never going to move up in the company due to my procrastination. I told him, just wait.
Oh, what's up, guys? Mardigrasman23 here, and it is once again time for the A F.o.O.L Podcast. We've done so many, we've lost count. Or we ran out of fingers and toes, maybe. So I'm Earl, Mardigrasman23, and we are in Joey's basement. That is Joey over here, a.k.a. BrickTrains. This is his channel. And down below is Jabbo, a.k.a. our BrickTsar. And we just learned that 4 Black Panthers is taller than Jabbo.
Yeah. I don't think I'm that far yet in the video.
Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. So I think you're kind of convincing me to get this thing.
I'm really dreading parting them out.
You know, I was just watching your video. I saw the different promotions. I was like, maybe it's time for me to buy one because I like building all the busts. And the bust is cool. It's just the hands are goofy. But
well, if you wanted to buy one to build, yeah, that would have been the time with the 3 gift with purchases.
It's available right now, yeah.
Which is interesting. It's been 40% off for a while. It's like another one they overestimated the demand for.
Am I to blame for this? You thought about you were going to get 1 to part out, and you said I might as well get 2, but I'm not going to get 5. Now you're up to 5.
I'm at 5. I'm at the limit. That's like I can't get any more unless I go to the store.
Well, now you can build one and part out 4, or keep one and part out 4.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do this because I usually part out all the the same numbered bags together.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the same color.
Yeah, there's so much of the same color in this set. I'm going to.
Oh my!
Yeah, but it's good. It's good parts. It's a lot of good parts.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
So yesterday, my wife had the foot surgery, so all she can do really is lounge around with her foot propped up. I went and sat on the living room floor, and I was going to part some set outs, and she says, "Do you need some help?" Yes.
Whoa!
Wow!
Of course, nice. I could use some help.
That's awesome.
Hopefully, she liked it. She'll do it again. I actually went and got something to eat, and she did a poly bag set while I was gone, and another little set while I was gone. I was like, huh.
Yeah. So you have to, I blame my help, but I know it's myself too. But similar parts with people that don't part out a lot of sets. Similar parts it's left and right pieces, and so I was picking, or I had one of my regular buyers sent me a message. He was missing like 4 parts, and he got a wrong part, and apparently, like it was 2x2 tan slope, little 45 degree.
Okay.
So he got a 2x2 brick instead.
Oh no!
So you know what I did?
Yeah.
And apparently, I did that twice because somebody else apparently got a 2x2 brick too.
Oh.
So I don't know who. But by him messaging me, I was able to fix 2 drawers that had wrong parts in them, and those would have been when you were parting out the set.
Do you have pieces ever when you don't even realize it till you're put that a part like a brick, maybe a 2x2 brick, and it'll have a 1x1 stuck in it, and you don't even catch it?
I tell you, the biggest piece I've ever had was a minifigure head in a trash can.
Oh.
I had this female minifigure head, and I went to pick the order. I parted out like 10 of the same set, and I was missing one of these heads. Somebody ordered all the heads, and I was missing one. And it's like a few months later, somebody ordered a green trash can. It's like an episode of CSI or something. And there's a head in the trash can.
On the layout, there's a green. Well, it's a green trash. Yeah. Ironically enough, there's a green trash can and there's a minifigure head in it. And I did it as a joke years ago, and it was on the layout that we used to travel with. And the lid was off of it when traveling later. So every once in a while, people would see it in there.
Was that your scavenger hunt?
It
Find
was
the severed head.
yeah, it wasn't that bad. But Dakota found it the other day, and he looked down in there, and he's like,
What's in the box?
I don't know why he thought it was so fascinating that but it was odd. So
Yeah,
adult humor for a 6-year-old.
I was building the Star-Lord helmet, and I swear there was a piece missing. I looked and looked and looked, and I was like, well, so I went to my Bricklink store, pulled it out. It was a 2x3 plate. Got finished building, and it was stuck to the underside of another part. So when I picked it up, I guess it came up with it. And I'm looking all over, and so now
I can't tell you how many times I've done that where you're messing a part while you're building. You go and get it, and then when you get done, you got that part left over.
Mm-hmm.
I always start worrying when I build something. I built the drop roller coaster the other day, and it had a few parts that I thought should not be extra. It seemed like there were some bigger 1x2 plates or something. I thought, what have I built wrong? But it works, so I'm not taking it apart to figure it out. So,
yeah.
Oh wow, things are falling off the wall. I wonder what that was.
So do you have a vault set?
I do have a vault set. It's an interesting one. It's a theme I don't think we've talked about on here in a while, or if ever. Here's the sealed one. So it's
not Fabuland.
Not Fabuland. 4164, the fire engine. This is a sealed one.
Nice.
So, yeah, I kind of like that one. And of course, here's the obligatory open one. But here's the thing. Here he is. Here's the little guy, the little Mickey Mouse. So let's see. Where did this all come out? Hang on, let me.
4164 Mickey's fire engine. It is. Oh, I don't know. 1992.
2000.
So why
2000? Is that recent?
Yeah.
Why is it a Fabuland set, but not a Fabuland set?
That piece.
Oh, I see.
The car base.
Turn it that way, and I noticed.
Yeah, the car base.
So it's interesting because Fabuland was never in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
When did Fabuland end?
I don't know. Let's look and see.
So that means those you think they had to pull those molds out of the storage unit?
Yeah.
I bet they had
out of the concrete in the floor.
I think it was that, or were they just parts that they had in inventory? So Fabuland was 79. Oh, I guess not. Probably
that's when it started.
Yeah. So how far did it go?
88, 89.
There's 5 pages of Fabuland. Hang on. Let me go to page 5. 89. Kathy's Cat's Fun Park is the last one listed. So yeah, 89 was the last round.
Mm-hmm.
There were 4.
So then you had several different pieces that were in Fabuland sets that were adapted for this.
Right. The axe was one. That was a Fabuland part.
Yeah. I don't think it was in black in Fabuland.
Probably not. It's probably gray, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, pretty cool little set. Now, here's the super interesting thing about it, because there's the build that I guess whatever. I don't know what to do with Mickey here. He won't sit in there because he only stands. But here's the instructions, and there are literally no instructions inside. There's a couple exploded views.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
but the pieces are in the place that they need to go, though. Kind of,
yeah. Yeah, that's about as close as I got to the one that I tried to build there.
I imagine. I mean, what's the age range on this thing? Like 4 to 8,
4 to 9. Man,
4 to 9.
You're on fire tonight. Yeah. 4 to 9. Literally, it's on fire.
That's why it's a fire truck. So that might be confusing. Not that a 4 to 9-year-old might even care if he built it by the instructions, but
Right. I think that it would have been pretty obvious enough just to put it together to come up with something, because you got the whole base anyway, and then that piece is obviously going to go in the front. So I think you could pretty well do what you wanted. But here's this. All these pieces are left over.
Oh, you built it wrong.
Right, exactly. And this little piece here, it's only used in one of the pictures, and it's just barely in the picture. Let's see. Yeah,
interesting.
Is it a handrail or a roll bar?
So is that an alternate build of the car?
I don't know, because it's not.
It doesn't have the ladder on it.
Right, it doesn't have the ladder. Yeah.
Wait, that's a separate you got 3 different builds in there.
There are at least 3 different builds.
That's a build.
One. Yep, and
then that's a different build.
Yep.
And then that's a different build.
Yep. This is like the fire chief car. And look, it's not even the picture over here is the same as the.
It's totally different.
Right.
So it's like a 5-in-1 set, I guess.
It's literally all your imagination. You just put it together however you want, and you cannot go wrong.
So the new figures the 100-year figures are coming out. So how many of those Disney figures were there from that little line when that set came out?
Not many. There's Mickey, Minnie, and a few different variations. There's a Goofy, I think, or is it Pluto? I always get
Pluto.
So there's a lot of people who think they're a Disney completist, and I bet you they don't even know about this.
Don't even know. Yeah, let me share the screen for this one. Window, that one there. Yeah, let's see if we can zoom in a little closer.
That fishing adventure, that's another one of those. Is like, what on earth is this build?
Yeah,
I think that one came in. Did that one come in a bucket?
Yes. Is this a bucket? Yes, this is the bucket one. Yeah. Pretty sure. So yeah, we got Mickey, Minnie. There's Pluto, Mickey and Minnie, different version. Pluto Mickey again, another Mickey.
So it's just 3 different characters in a few different varieties.
Mm-hmm. The cake was the Fabuland. They had the cake. Was that a Fabuland?
Belleville, I think.
Belleville.
Had a cake.
Oh, okay. Very much so.
I don't know if they had that in Fabuland. They had the accordion. They had the accordion. That's a Fabuland piece. And the little archway that's red.
Right. Yep. And that's
the roof pieces. The umbrella.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And this is like 11 years after Fabuland.
It is, yes.
The watering jar, the tuba.
The tuba.
Oh my goodness.
And now are those Fabuland colors, or is it like the axe? It's a different.
They're different. Some of them are different colors. Most of them
are different colors. They had to remold them. They couldn't have just found the pieces and.
Right. Exactly. Right. Yeah, you're right. They would have had to have remolded them. There's the Fabuland wrench in his mouth there. Was that a Fabuland piece?
Yeah, that was a Fabuland piece.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's a pretty cool little theme. Personally, I like it.
That mansion. That's a look at that. They got the Fabuland bird cage with the bird in it. The rake, the broom. But that mansion, that's it's not a very big mansion.
I was about to say, are we sure that's a mansion?
So did we just trigger all the Disney people or the Fabuland people who now have to go and get that stuff because it's Fabuland?
Can you be a Fabuland completist without getting this theme?
Well, we have
technically to ask, Fabuland, but it's anthropomorphic characters.
That's a question for Robin Ho.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And if you're going to be a Disney completist, you also got to get the Primo sets.
Yes. Do you have all those now?
No. I got those back in the day when all that stuff was on clearance.
Right.
I think I sold them on eBay. So I have some of like loose pieces, but I don't have like the sets like I used to.
Yeah, I got a couple. I got a couple Primo buckets, and it has some of those pieces in it, but not. Yeah, I haven't gone and tried to collect all that. So, yeah, there's our set for vintage, or what is it, vault set. I bet Lego's got them in the vault.
Well, they would have to have
yeah.
these in the vault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a theme that you could complete, but you're not going to piece it together.
So
Right. Yeah.
I wonder if when they decided to make, did they decide to make Disney sets and then go walking through the vault and say, what can we slap together? Oh, let's look at these Fabuland sets. Maybe we can repurpose some of them.
You know, it's 2000. That's literally probably you paraphrased it quite well. Let's just slap something together here.
Right. Right.
You see the high effort that went into these intricate designs.
You know, and to some degree, this stuff is not really Disney quality, right? Because usually they're pretty high. Not that it's not good quality for the age group, because it is all 4 to 9. I guess for the age group it's probably fine, but yeah, the designs are a little lacking.
It's as if it was as if Lego Disney was done by Samsonite.
Wow.
So let's talk about the designs back then versus today. I mean, today, most designers probably don't even get with bricks till they're in pre-production prototype. They probably are on a computer for 6 months, moving pieces around and designing.
Yeah, there probably wasn't a lot of computer designing going on back then.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of like, here's your bucket of bricks. What can you do with it?
Right.
Yeah. And it's like 4 o'clock. I get off at 5. I better come up with something. Here you go. Go ahead.
No, well, I was going to say, I was going to switch topics. So if you want to keep talking about this, go ahead.
No, that's all right.
Well, I was going to say, based on it's 5 o'clock. Let's move on. There are several themes that nobody knew about, but I guess back in, I'm going to get this time right. Back in 2009, Brick Journal did an article about John, that guy. I can't say his name. Kunukin. Yeah.
We trust you.
Was he one of the designers for a while?
One of the designers, and he designed an extra monorail set, right?
Yeah.
So the C-Tron, and which disappeared, but I guess it's kind of recently found new. I got a picture of it. Hang on, let me see if we can get a little better picture. Let's share.
It's one of those that, Brick Journal did the article. Nobody knew about it, talked about it that much outside of the people that saw that, and then now it has a resurgence.
Yes, and that's what happened. I guess Atlanta Brick Co. did it. I don't know, a year or two ago. I didn't catch it then, and then a couple YouTubers here recently, within the last few months, have done another where they're reproducing, or not reproducing it, but trying to produce it from basically that image.
There's a lot of things they can't do.
Right.
The monorail looks familiar, like I've seen it somewhere, but the other part of it, I don't never seen.
I mean, there's so many parts here that obviously they made, because I don't think this is not a computer generated image.
No, this is a snapshot.
But they got a blue monorail track, blue monorail supports.
Yep, back here.
They got the red, trans red giant dishes there.
Now, the guys on Atlanta Brick Co. on their video, they have those. So
really? Well, maybe those aren't rare, or maybe those are another.
I think they're rare. Now, what they don't have in here is the picture of this yellow motor. And I guess the question is that a yellow motor, or is that another cover like the red one in the airport transport, the airport shuttle? But yeah, are you looking up in Bricklink on those big?
I'm looking at the part, that element for the trans. What do they call that? Canopy.
Yeah, it was trans blue.
Oh. What sets had that?
That was in the other monorail set, right?
Which one? No, they have. I thought it was in the other monorail, one of the Futuron, but it's not. Let me look. It sure does look like it, but it's not.
Whoops! I can't spell. I guess I ought to quit doing this.
So it's not. I thought it was one big piece. It's a quarter piece and a 10x6x11. And what color? That was not in red.
Not in red. Okay, well.
No. Had it, and Atlanta Brick Co. had this in red.
Well, let me look. Hang on. I think I got the video. Their video still pulled up. I thought I had their video still pulled up. Okay, hang on. Da-da-da. Okay, here I'm going to show their video. I'm not going to show the video. I'm just going to show a screen capture of their video.
This is fair use. Subscribe to Atlanta Brick Co.
Yeah. There they have it. And it's right there in the corner. I don't know if I can scrub, if it's got a... Whew, I made it blurry. Yeah, I don't know. Without playing the video, I don't know. But they got them there in the corner.
So are they reproducing that set? Is that what?
No, this is this guy's collection.
Yeah, he made a mock to take to shows that are based on the images of various Aqua themes and Citron that Lego never made.
Right. And Sea People was another one. Mm-hmm. That's all these things down here is the Sea People. I was hoping.
So these have to be custom made. Like all that green.
Yeah.
He must have. I have to ask him. I have to go down there and ask him.
I was gonna say you live there, but if you look right there, they
Noonan is like south of Atlanta, and it's out in the middle of nowhere. I don't ever go down there. It's so far away.
It's so far away. They don't have 911 for you to go turn their switches on.
This is how far away it is. Atlanta Brick Co. is making a store in Orlando,
right?
It's Orlando Brick Company. I don't know what they're going to call it. I'm more likely to go to that store.
Wow.
Because I'm more likely to be in Orlando than I am to be in Noonan.
Yeah, it is. We went the wrong way to get there. We were coming, I guess, back from, I don't know. Where were we? At any rate, we stopped through Atlanta, and it seemed like we drove in the woods forever and ever and ever.
Here's a pro tip for everybody. Atlanta Brick Co. is not in Atlanta.
Well, you know me in Atlanta anyway. I've said it before that I don't see how you make it in Atlanta. I get on the highways there, or the freeways, expressways, whatever you want to call them, and it's like, what is up with these people? They're just like trying to kill me.
And you understand, Atlanta is the reason why they call these things parkways. You know it is. You drive them parkways and parking driveways, but not in Atlanta. It's the other way around.
Parkways. We just call them a parking lot.
Yeah. Literally, I'm coming home today, and it was like the opposite direction. Fortunately, but I was looking at these people, and I'm like, man, you just don't know what you're coming up against. Mm-hmm. I'd already passed like 10 miles of traffic that wasn't moving.
Oh, oof.
I was like, you should have got off at the exit.
Okay, we got some other things in the.
So that's all based on just that.
Yeah, just images he saw.
Yeah, there's that one image of the Citron monorail set, and then there's one image of the Sea People, and the guy talks about it in the article. It's a pretty good little article if you can get a hold of it.
Brick Journal number 6.
Brick Journal number 6, yeah, from 2009.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's an online resource for those, but if
you can buy from Tomorrow's. You can buy the PDF version for like $3. If you want.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. And he has a lot.
I get a PDF version with every copy I've bought, but I don't think I've ever downloaded any of them.
I don't think I have either. I should have done that. I could have shared it better.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would have been for use. So.
Yeah, printed copy stuff is a little more iffy about sharing it.
Yeah. I don't. I get mine. I paid for mine, and I do. And it's a good magazine. You ought to pick it up if you don't. Oh, this also, we just talked about this last time. Jumbo bricks.
Wow.
The whole story about the
Jumbo bricks.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't buy too many magazines anymore because they're like $12, $15.
That's
unless it's a special issue, then it's like $40.
Yes.
Well, let's see. So this one was in 2009 was $8.95.
Man, that was 14 years ago, and it was
18. Yeah, premium price for it.
That's still cheap.
It is. Yeah, this is next month's issue, and it's the heck is it $10.95 US.
Wow.
So
I find that it's actually better just to not buy it. And wait till they put a sale on later, because you can always get the old issues. You can get the old issues because they're sold out. Right. But I mean, he's always had like the last 40 issues, and you can get them for like 40 to 50% off.
Right? Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
You know the story about him and Lego?
I don't.
So there was a very short time where you could go into a Lego store and they would have Brick Journal magazine.
Okay.
And they had an agreement, and so that was great for Joe. And
sure.
Yeah, and well, to run a magazine you have to have advertisers.
Right.
And Lego did not approve of one of the advertisers, which was a not a third-party brick company, but one that resold Lego bricks, and they didn't like it, so they took them out of the stores.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, and I've always wondered too if there was not something going on between, because Blocks magazine, and it could just be geography because Blocks from Europe, but Blocks magazine has always been in Brickset, or has been for a long time, and they do a write-up every issue of Blocks magazine. There's a small little write-up on Brickset, but Brick Journal, if it wasn't for me scanning the covers and putting them in there, they wouldn't be on there. I asked Hugh if it was okay to put them on there, and he was okay with it. He didn't say no or anything like that, but I just thought it was interesting that I would have thought that would have been something Joe would have done.
Do you think there's a difference between Blocks magazine and Brick Journal?
I don't get Blocks, so I can't really say, but I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right? It just,
I don't know. I think Brick Journals, it features a lot of creators, like mock creators, and it features a lot of old stuff.
They do, yeah.
I think Blocks, maybe that's more like contemporary things.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But since I don't have access to it and I don't feel like paying for it, one magazine's enough for me. Like Earl said, those things are expensive. I'm not going to start collecting another one.
Well, Brick Journal's good about this. You're talking about the mock builders. So there's always at least, and this is from 2009, so I don't think I'm giving too much away. I think that's the second one that I've seen. It seems like there's always, at least one or two little builds like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I appreciate that. Oh man, I wish Lego would actually do some of these, right?
Star Trek.
Yeah. I know they won't, but what can we say? So
you got on here the new Sonic theme.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that.
Are you?
Well, we were big Sega when I was younger. Me and my wife, we used to have our friends and stuff. I can still walk through the house, go Sega, and my wife, they'll all be like Sonic, But I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, it's interesting that the sets look like they're actually sets and not like the game set up like Mario.
Right, and I'm even more excited about that. It looks like it's going to be.
It's going to have actual minifigures for characters from the games instead of the crap that they did with Mario.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
I mean, the stuff they did with Mario.
I thought the stuff with Mario was going to be pretty good, but it ended up just being expensive. I mean, really,
it's not useful for parting out either.
No, absolutely not. No, I was looking to see if I could find a picture of the. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm sure. Present, share screen. You need to quit yawning, or I can get up at 4 in the morning.
You're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog.
This morning was my 3:30. I got up at 3:30 this morning.
Oh well, yeah. So this is you put him in the ball and then whack it and try to knock over the rings. I can. Well, first I can see broken Lego pieces, but I think that's going to be pretty cool. It's what we've been asking, right? Give up the app, and here you go. Here's a real tactile toy.
Yeah, I can't complain about it. I mean, I like that.
That looks like Mickey.
I'm not a Sonic or Sega person, but yeah, having the figures, having the non-app based stuff.
That is from the movie. That's from the last.
Oh, it's from the movie.
I don't think it is, but like him flying the plane, that's from the second movie.
Is it? Yeah,
I don't even remember the other character's name, but they were in the movie.
Well, Amy and then Tails. I thought I saw Tails somewhere. Oh, well, that's Tails, right? And then that's Amy.
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs. I have a feeling that there will not only be at least one of each of these sets. There will probably be at least 2 of these sets in our house because, like I said,
be a sealed one.
Yeah, my wife. Yeah, my wife and her friend were big Sonic fans.
Cool.
So we're looking forward to it. We're really looking forward.
It doesn't look like a fail.
I don't know, and I'm guessing that the Mario is not a fail either because they keep producing it, even though. I mean, I got a Mario and I got a Luigi, and then we got a couple of the power packs or whatever. But, and for a little bit, Heather and Dakota and we played it, but it's too much of a setup for Dakota, right? There's not enough to keep his attention there. So you got to have that quick turnaround for a 6-year-old, and it wasn't there for him. And then I don't know, Heather she never really said a whole lot, but it's like.
But again, it's the design of it is you play along with the app to build the course.
Yeah, and I don't like it. I don't like that part of it anyway. So, unfortunately, it's in a big tub of regret right now. So that's where that's at.
Yep.
So what else we got here?
I added some things. We don't have to do everything, but
I'm interested in will dreams stink?
Yeah, so they did a little teaser. Is Dream just Ninjago?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Is 2 kids dreaming about Ninjago, or is there going to be a whole new theme here?
I don't know. Since I'm not a Ninjago fan, it doesn't sound like it's something I'm going to be interested in.
Right.
But Ninjago, I guess, is still very popular with the people born after 2005.
What's different about it?
We don't know.
We don't know. They just did a teaser.
Yeah. I think, wasn't there some pictures of some Ninjago characters or something?
There was 4 videos, and they seemed to be all Ninjago people having a dream. So...
Yeah, and all I saw was the print version, which was 2 kids laying on beds dreaming, and it looked like. Yeah,
if you go to the landing page, it's you can. If you go to the BrickTsar article, you can click on it and go to the video. That's how I saw it. If it is anything app based, it'll fail.
Yeah.
I'm at my desk. You got an app, Lego? Yeah, it's going to fail.
Oh yeah, there it was. Dang it! I just clicked away from it. It went away.
I'm gonna have to. I get it. Let me exit out of the notes and go back in because I don't see anything you added.
Oh, on the show notes.
I put it on the pile.
Yeah, May the 4th.
Oh, so, I see it. And well, I was excited about May the 4th until I saw the promo, and I was like, I'm just going to get my just going to get my helmets now and take advantage of the free gift.
That's what I did. I got all the helmets while I could get them with the great gift with purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the promo? What's the big hoopla?
There's a mini Death Star.
Ooh.
But it's mini. It's like
Mini.
It's mini. And there's
mini Death Star.
Is it a coin?
Yeah, there's a some kind of I think it's square. It's like the thing that Princess Leia gets.
Yeah. If you spend so much, you get that. If you spend $150 or $200, I might even be $250. I don't know. You get both of them.
Yeah, and it's like there's the only thing that I think I would. Well, there's three things I would probably get. I would like to get the X-wing, but I really don't like the price of the new X-wing.
Uh-huh.
And then there's the one they're redoing the final duel again. So this is like the final duel. Those dioramas. I think there's a couple of dioramas. I take it back. I don't want the indoor one. I don't think. But it's not as. I have to save like Star Wars stuff for the May the 4th in case there's something I want. But there's really not. There's not a lot.
It doesn't sound like it's really very intriguing this year.
No, I think the most intriguing thing is there's supposed to be, 4 or 5 sets that you can get 5-time points on, and all Star Wars you get double points on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they really messed up the last time when it was only a handful of sets that were out of stock. That were double VIP.
Well, that's typical.
So do you think there's just not? Is it because there's not been a movie for a while?
I don't think so.
There's new content that's Star Wars related.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's the Disney Plus stuff is pretty decent.
And this is so. I don't know. Like people of different ages are more nostalgia about different things. Like my generation, it's always about the original series. People that are half my age, it's all about the what do they call it? The prequels.
Yeah.
And nobody cares about the sequels.
No, nobody cares about the last.
No.
So this would be like the 2023. That's the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. Is that right? They came out in 2000 no. It's which one came out in 2003?
I don't know.
Didn't one come out in 2003?
That was a long time ago.
20 years ago?
Where's Mayo at?
Wait, what?
Yeah. I'm sure the comments are going crazy
Star
right
Wars
now.
movie came out in 2003? Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Attack of the Clones was 2002. Wait a minute. No, this is not right. Revenge of the Sith, 2003.
They come out kind of close together, didn't they? Not a year apart.
It doesn't seem right. There's something's wrong with this.
What, the internet's wrong? Google's? Come on.
I cannot believe that Wikipedia's. I should know these things.
Alexa, when did Revenge of the Sith come
2005. So there is no anniversary for 2003.
Wait, you forget. It's the anniversary of the is it the anniversary of the first Lego Star Wars set? What year was that? No,
that'd be the 24th anniversary.
Well,
but Lego and their anniversary.
I was about to say this is the Lego anniversary we're talking about.
It's the 40th anniversary of the time we thought about making a Lego Star Wars set.
Okay, so for nostalgia stuff for like us, right? Because we're all New Hope, and when it was Star Wars and not Star Wars: A New Hope or Star Wars Episode 4. But you remember the little red R4 unit, R5 unit that had a bad motivator, and Luke cried about it?
He's been in Mandalorian, hadn't he?
Yes, that's the same robot in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
They're just really quiet about it.
He's got a bad motivator. I don't want a time station.
Because that would have been years after that.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Years that Mandalorian is years after that.
It is, yeah. But I love when they bring little things like that back, and some people don't ever. Nobody. Well, nobody. I looked it up. I figured it out. But yeah, I
So
like that kind
you
of
guys are a
things.
little bit older than me, not much, a little bit. So you guys remember the original, and by the time the Return of the Jedi came out, you probably thought it was a cutesy movie. But that was like the one for us. I mean, I went and saw Empire. I never saw.
Yeah,
Star
that would have
Wars.
been the first one that you were old enough to like.
I saw Empire
Really?
Strikes Back in the theater, but I was young.
You were really young. You'd be
Yeah.
like 5.
Yeah, but when I saw because I'll never forget when we saw the Empire. Burger King had the Empire Strikes Back glasses.
Oh,
Yeah, and then then they did it for Return of the Jedi, and that's when I was old enough to enjoy the movie. But your age group thought it was like a merchandising sellout with the Ewoks.
Well, I was a kid still. I mean, I was a teenager
Yeah.
when the Ewoks came out, so I didn't really. I wasn't thinking about them. I wasn't even my little brother, who was born in 1976. He was the one that was into the action figures.
Mm.
There's probably some Kenner figures that are buried in our backyard somewhere.
Yes.
Next to the video, yo.
Yeah.
That video popped up on my feed.
Really, the where I buried the video.
So I started watching it again, and I was like, I could have swore I've seen this video. You're out there digging all over the place. I know it's this tree. It's over here. Wait a minute.
It had totally deteriorated.
Yeah, but when you started digging, you were like, I could have dug it up already, and don't
even
digging
know
a hole like this big in you.
I just made a small hole to begin with when I buried it.
I get a lot of videos now that pop up in my feed. A lot of members only. It's like this month's 6 months old, but it's members only. I'm like, wait a minute. I think I've already seen this.
So I have a video on my train channel that has taken off this month. It's an old video. And I looked at the analytics. So it's making a third of my revenue for that channel. That's how good it's doing.
Wow.
But I looked at the analytics, and it's like most people have left after the first 30 seconds. And I was like, how is this? Why is this being promoted? And then when I went and watched it, because I don't remember it. And it's one of those videos where you weren't expecting it to take off. So I spend like the first 2 minutes just talking about other random things like I normally do. Even though the video was about unboxing this particular item.
Oh.
And it's like, I thought about, do I need to go cut out the first 2 minutes of this video where the video matches the thumbnail better?
Right.
But then I was like, it's doing so good right now. I don't want to change anything.
So I want you to try something on your next haul, Jabo.
Okay.
So there's this car guy, and he's blown. He's a big time YouTuber now. But one of the things he figured out when the analytics is he puts in all his almost every other video is I bought. So I want your next video.
Instead of haul, put I bought.
Put I bought and see what happens.
What if I just change all my old haul videos to I bought?
I don't. Does that work when you do stuff like that?
Yeah.
So it can.
You can either help things or destroy things by changing metadata.
Right.
Well, with me and Joey's videos, there's not much to destroy. So
yeah. Oh, look, the 2 views I got after the first 24 hours went down to 1.
So I was watching Brick Lover 18. He does a little question and answer series.
Yeah.
And he was talking about why he got rejected from the land. And they said he doesn't have a community, and he was like agreeing with him. I'm like, you have over 100,000 subscribers. I have seen the land have people with 40.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are they talking about? Community. I mean, these blogs, it's like they get no engagement. Now, they may have a lot of hits, like their blog. People may look at it. Like, people look at Brick Fanatic. People definitely look at Brickset. I think Brickset gets engagement because when I go to the comments section, it's usually when I get what do you call it? Triggered by something.
Right.
And I go there, I leave a comment, not directed at the person who did the thing, but the thing that Lego did. I'm talking about the thing Lego did.
Right.
It's like I'm the only one that commented, but they're land members. So I don't know what they're talking about with building a community. But you got a blog that has a lot of views but no engagement, or a YouTube channel that has a lot more subscribers but little engagement.
Right.
So I think they just choose who they want to
They pick and choose. Yeah.
They make an excuse.
Yeah, there's a magician that I watch, and he's a full-time YouTuber. He's got 1 million subscribers or whatever, and he is actually about a week ago. I think it was about a week ago. He did a video where he said he's burnt out and he's aggravated because he's like plateaued, and now he's on the said he puts in all this time and effort in his content, and he'll do like a real movie trailer for a 3-minute movie trailer for his video, and he said, and then it tanks, and he comes up with the next idea and it doesn't. So his views are, and he even said he's got like all the subscribers he has. He says, but I'm only getting X amount of views. He says, if you're not watching, just unsubscribe. What's the purpose of a number? I mean, he is like, I'm thinking, man, this guy.
Well, it's Ryan Higa, who was one of the original YouTubers. He did a video. I can't remember the name of it, but this is before he kind of quit, about the life cycle of a YouTuber and how when you start and you get that early engagement and you see the growth and you make more and you get more growth and it's like then you start getting stressed.
Right.
Then when things go down, you get worried. And it's like he went through all the things and it was like spot on. And it's like what it comes down to, it's math, because the algorithm is basically a mathematical formula. And so when you have no subscribers or very little subscribers and you're getting engagement, so your thumbnail resonates and it gets promoted and you get more people watching than are subscribed to you, YouTube promotes it more. But then you grow, you get more subscribers, and at a certain point, it evens out where you're getting the same views as subscribers. And then you got more subscribers than views, and then they start bringing down. They don't promote it as much. So I think everybody has like this bell curve.
Yes.
Of they get the growth, they're excited, they peak, and they plateau, and they don't do anything different other than it just the math ended up not working in their favor anymore.
Right.
But
it is hard to keep the constant growth.
One of the things that's frustrating them is just like you talked about the fake content, the fake.
He's trying to make real content. Right.
The fake thumbnail and the garbage content, and they get all the views, and he's out there he's got employees putting in the effort. It's like it's just, so he actually is taking time off
from YouTube.
He said he's taking a break for a few days, for however many days.
Yeah.
But it was crazy to listen to that. It's kind of like.
See, I guess that's the whole thing with me. I'm not a YouTuber.
Me neither.
Because I don't work. You knew how much your revenue was on your one video for your. I couldn't tell you how much revenue I even got.
I know. I usually look at it, and it'll be like the last 28 days. It's $5. It's like I got to get to $100 just to cash out. Wow.
Right. Yeah.
That's maybe what, twice a year, maybe.
But do you notice things like if you get more subscribers for a month or something, or you noticed you had a bump in subscribers? Do you ever notice things?
Not really, because I don't.
Like Joey had the video of our one podcast that had that peak for a little while,
but I didn't grab a whole lot of extra subscribers from that.
Just a bunch of views.
I got a lot of views, and it probably kicked me up because I think that was in that time frame. It was the second time I ever got a check from Google.
Yeah.
So I'm $200. Woohoo!
Mhm.
Hey, that's what you get for editing all these.
Yeah, that's what I get.
But I had almost brought my train channel down to the level of BrickTsar. And so all of a sudden it starts passing BrickTsar again. And I'm like, what happened? And so I wanted to see why, because I don't post as much content over there as I do on my Lego channel. And I was like, why is this channel taking off? And then it's just one video. Just one video is doing good.
The thing I think is interesting, only because it's my channel, but I'll see some of these guys that are doing really well. And I don't want to name any names because I don't want to think I'm comparing, but some of these channels that are friends of ours, right? And I'll see their visitor or their view counts for their videos, and they will be sub 100 or whatever. Mm-hmm. They have lots of subscribers. In some cases, some of these guys are, got quite a few more subscribers. I am always constantly within the, first 48 hours or 3 days or so, I'll hit, a couple hundred views or whatever on just a generic video. And I was like, that's got to be my subscriber base. That's, just, there for, because they like the content that I produce.
So if you start to gain subscribers that aren't watching, then the views will go down.
Right.
It's like my content. It's most of the views are that core audience I have.
Right.
It's not all the subscribers. It's like I got 1,000 people.
Right.
That regularly watch. They don't watch every video, but they regularly watch. Right. And that's what I get. But if I had 1,000 subscribers right now, and that was what the views I was getting, YouTube would be promoting my channel more.
Right. Yeah.
And so I think one thing, I have to go back and look at your channel here. I'm not a YouTube expert by any means.
Well, neither am I.
I do pretend to be one at times. So all your thumbnails are different.
They are usually.
They have people in them.
Yeah. Usually my ugly mug.
I'm looking at this one thumbnail. I'm looking at almost exactly like I am right now. I'm looking down in a blue shirt. In the thumbnail.
Probably on your phone buying something.
Yeah.
But so one of the things I've noticed, and that I think Kendra, this is a theory, but if you have a regular series and your thumbnail looks the same for every video, I think it keeps people from coming back.
I agree, because my brain looks at it and says, I've seen that thumbnail. Right. I'm not going to, yeah. So I think you have to kind of do something, which is the war. And I've played the thumbnail game some. I've tried to try, mm-hmm. right, to make a thumb, and it does work. I will get extra views on those videos quickly, but it diminishes very quickly, right? That they fall off, and the retention on the videos is not there.
Sometimes if you choose one of the 3 thumbnails, does YouTube auto generate thumbnails for you and give you 3 of them?
Yeah.
Sometimes with one of those can do better than one that you design.
They usually do a pretty good job. So
it's funny the thing that always cracks me up is when I make my thumbnail before I upload it, mm-hmm. and then one of those images is very close to what I made. I'm like, wow.
Well, I always try and you try to.
Yeah.
I try, you try to get the set in there or whatever. So,
but going back to what Earl said about the magician guy, uh-huh. It is sad in a way that the throwaway content is actually what people come to YouTube.
So I do like magicians. I'll that's one of the things that I watch on YouTube a lot because magic is fascinating. I wish I had the dexterity and the patience to learn stuff. Yeah. Because I can tell you how a lot of stuff works. I just can't do it. But there's another one who I watch, and he one of his deal was like reaction to TikTok video. And he gets he's got over 100,000 subscribers. He seems to be doing. It's not his main income, but he he puts out good content, and he did a video where he was reacting to TikTok, and he says these guys do like behind the scenes, and they show you how it works, and then he'll show you the trick, and he'll be like, that's not really a trick. He says, but should I do that and get subscriber grab, or should I just really do the real magic?
Right, yeah.
I think you can do that with any type of content, because I think about some of the things I've been doing, or even Joey, you've done, talk about different vintage things or things you discovered, and then like somebody can do a little TikTok in an engaging way, and that's what. Oh, and I've never seen that before.
Right.
Because, what was wrong with my monotone talking about it 12 years ago?
You need to get this set. It's really new. I just don't get why nobody wants to watch me.
This is what's going to happen in like a month from now. Some kid's going to make a TikTok talking about Fabuland and how Mickey Mouse.
This was really?
Can you believe it? It's like,
now, can you believe this isn't the first Mickey Mouse? And then show this was the first Mickey Mouse. It came in this set.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's almost the end of April, and my wife. So I was at work, and my wife texted me. It's 1:00 in the morning, and I have a unique text tone for her when she calls. So it's like I look at my phone over on my desk.
Darth Vader theme.
Yeah, no, it's a wolf whistle. So, any rate, so I'm like, that's my wife texted me at 1:00 in the morning while I'm at work. So I text her back, what's up? And she said, are we going to Brick World?
Wow, 1 in the morning?
1 in the morning? Why are you not asleep? Well, I couldn't sleep. Okay. I said, no, you said you didn't want to go this year. And I was kind of lackluster about it. So we're not going. She said, well, we're going to go. Okay. So anybody else going to go with me?
I'm going the other direction.
You're going the other direction?
Yeah.
Going south?
Yeah. Is Brick World June the 17th or that weekend?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
You're coming to see me for my anniversary?
See, it's my anniversary. The week before is my anniversary.
Oh, ours is the 19th.
And we got a good deal going somewhere, so it's like I'm not going to be able to go to Brick World.
Hey. Oh darn. Oh darn, mama comes first.
Well, what I was thinking is I was going to ask Ryan if he was going to be in town, and I'm like, dang it, he's probably going to be at Brick World.
Yeah, I believe I've seen that he's going to be there, yeah. So, well, I'll just go with,
I'm sorry, Joey.
No, it's fine. You don't have to go. We're actually going with some friends of ours, and that's what triggered all this. My wife, it's friends of ours. She's got grandkids, and they've gotten really big into Lego herself. So as her grandkids have gotten to the 5 and 6 year old time age, and I guess her and my wife were talking. So we're going to do the Brick World thing. So.
Are you going to do it the stress-free way?
We're not taking
any marks.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. No.
But you're going to go for the 4-day event? Or?
Yeah, we're going to go Thursday through Sunday.
Okay.
We probably will not make, because it's a 6-hour drive for us. So we will probably not make closing ceremonies, but closing ceremonies are not. I mean, usually it's the big announcement at the closing ceremonies is we booked it again for next year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And they do give away some prizes and stuff sometimes, but it's usually not. And we missed last year. I think last year was the first year they came back. The 2 previous years were shut down for COVID. And we paid for last year.
I was thinking I saw that part of your video. You're talking about paid for it, didn't go.
Didn't go. So, and I'm sure our brick badges are not there, but but yeah, we'll see. It'll be fun. Usually we would go Wednesday. Wednesday's kind of like setup day. And the only thing we're going to really miss on Wednesday is at Wednesday night, they have I guess it's kind of an early birds get together in the hotel. There's a kind of a bar there, and they just have kind of a big get together. But it's usually, that's usually only a couple hundred people. Where like Friday, it gets up to the 1,000. I think it's 1,800 this year. They actually went to a second block of hotel rooms. So it's
which one's the biggest one in the United States?
That's got to be up there with it.
If it ain't Brick World, it'd have to be one out in Florida, out in California. I don't even think Bricks Cascade is that big. I don't know what would be another big one. Virginia, maybe.
Virginia's big, and Bricks Cascade's in California,
isn't it? Where is Bricks?
Which one is in Oregon?
Oh, that's right. Maybe where is it that Alex?
Maybe I'm thinking. You know what? I don't know. We don't know where the shows are. Tell us in the comments below.
What's the biggest one? What's the biggest show? They all proclaim they're the biggest show.
I'm going to Birmingham again. There was nobody there.
It was empty. Yeah, we're gonna
I will go to Atlanta. I'm going to try to actually go to Atlanta BrickCon. You'd think I could go to the one that's almost in the town that I live in.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We have to come up with one where we can get together and at least do a panel or something at one of these times. Something. Oh, I ordered new shirts. And so
with the collar.
Yes. So hopefully that was the disappointing thing. It's a local store. It's not in my town, because they only have 2 stoplights. So. I had to go to the big city. But I had them. These are embroidered, and so I went in there, and it wasn't that bad. To talk to the lady that I talked to, was obviously she was filling in or something. I don't know, but we got through these, and then I wanted to do some for the A F.o.O.L Podcast, and so I gave them all that. And I don't know. I got frustrated quickly, but I think that's partly because I don't think she's a regular person. So hopefully, though, I ain't heard anything back from them.
She didn't understand what you wanted, or
and every time I'd ask a question, because the last time I was in there, they were super helpful, and they were like, "Yeah, we could do this, or this color will be fine," and because of the black background and then the colors of shirts that'll work with it, and they were just, here's the file type, you got all the questions they asked. She was just kind of like, do you have original file? Yeah. Do you have a vector file? No. And I was like, well, I don't need the drop shadows. Can I talk to the guy that does it? No. Okay. Well, he's in that room right there. I could see. I thought, no. Okay. So I was like, they'll call you if they need something. All right. Well, I couldn't hear. I could have. Yeah, I was literally like, don't talk to the guy behind the curtain kind of thing. I don't know.
They'll call you if they need something. 3 months later, hey.
Did you
ever pay us for those shirts? Never got those shirts.
Yeah, that's when though. But I told him I needed by June because that's when we're going to Brick World, and I don't know. She said, "Oh yeah, we'll have them done by then." Well, 2 weeks. I was like, it's been a week, and I haven't approved the proof. This one I didn't need to approve the proof on this one because they'd already done it. But the A.F.o.O.L one, I ain't. We'll see.
I do like the idea of putting your little trophies out.
Yeah,
where'd my you put a card with it, or you just present them with it?
That's what fell off the wall, my little trophy. Yes, I have. Yeah, I just present it. What's this? Yeah, we have a little business card, and we just write on there why we thought it was cool. And I only got 5, so we'll give out a few anyway, a couple maybe. If I got to get more than 5, I'd have to have Eclipse Graphics print me some
more. Do you give them a website to go to get instructions to build it, since they don't have paper instructions anymore?
I build it for them. No, that might be interesting. I never thought of. I mean, it is a big promotional thing for me because it's my logo. But I don't have the winning card doesn't have a barcode or anything for them to go to. So I didn't think that through very good, did I?
So I saw somebody part out. I wasn't looking for the guy, but somebody parted out. He had like hundreds of this same set.
Oh wow!
and when he was parting them out, he I think he was going to do it in 3 batches because that's how many he had. But when
Just like a video.
yeah, and when he was busting the boxes and dumping them, they weren't in plastic. The set bags weren't, or the numbered bags weren't plastic bags.
Oh, really?
Paper
So
bag.
they really are doing it. They're not just going to put the little piece of paper says that we're going to do it in anymore.
Yeah. So I mean, and I'm thinking, and he was from overseas, so I'm wondering if that's already started over there.
I don't know. I would think that once they switch production, because you know that the little plastic bag, it's just it's a tube, right? And the machine drops it down in there, and it seals and cuts and seals and cuts. So the paper one, I'm not sure how that is, because they can't seal paper. They're going to have to glue it, so it's going to have to be modified machine, if not a different machine. So
we can guarantee our prices will go up.
Well, sure, absolutely. Every time we save the environment, the prices go up.
You can buy some carbon offset.
Yeah. So I'm parting out poly bags yesterday, and are they going to go back to the little $5 box set?
Boxes? Oh, I wish I had one of those. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I mean, what?
Some of those box sets were smaller than what poly bags are today.
Oh yeah. When I was looking for the set, I ran across some of the Paradisa.
The travel car, the pig farmer, there's several of them.
Well, Paradisa had like 3 of them that were just tiny, like 15 pieces or something,
So what's the smallest boxed set that wasn't a parts pack? Like now, when I say the smallest, I'm not talking about the fewest pieces. What was the smallest box that they made?
The smallest size box
that was for a set, not like I got the little square boxes that are about an inch, maybe less, but
for like the motors or the spare pieces.
I'm thinking it would probably be the size of the box that like the 600 or the 601 police car came in.
I think they had some boxes a little bit smaller.
Really?
A little bit smaller, yeah.
Hang on, Paradisa.
They have square boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of those Paradisa sets had a little square box.
They did, and I was going to look because I know the boat. There it is. It's the Paradisa 2870. Let me go ahead and share screen so we can see what I'm looking at. There. So this one here, 2870. They don't have the box size in there. Well, hang on.
Oh my goodness! So I don't know if you're storing sets. You always find the sets that have like similar size boxes or same size boxes.
Or you try to.
Yeah,
but it still never works out.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. Stop.
Yeah, so that's
that might be bigger than the one I'm talking about.
You think so? Than the police car?
Yeah, because the police car one is not as tall as that.
It's not. Well, hang on.
For those of you at home, what we're doing right now is we're finding reasons for Joey to run around his basement.
What did I say? Did Joey just quit?
Joey is he's a visual guy.
Yeah.
I hope you guys talk about something while I'm gone, so I don't have to edit that out.
He's back. Oh, I see what you're saying. Let's do some geometry. Or wait, what is it? What is it when you measure volume?
Is it cubic feet?
There's no cubic feet here.
I know, but it would be.
Yeah, you're right. So you might be right. It could be that there is less volume in this box.
Yeah, that would be the answer, is the volume. Which one has the smallest volume? So that's the quest. So everybody submit in the comments below what set you think has the smallest volume, and we will measure it.
Next week, in 2 weeks, our next episode, we will have Joey run around the basement and find as many of them as he can.
Yeah, well, if we're going to do that, I'm going to put a GoPro on, so it's really silly. How about we read some comments?
Yeah.
Wait, Jabbo put down what's on your wanted list. So
we can talk about that later. But you have something you wanted to talk about with it?
No, you put it down there. I thought you were going to.
I felt bad that I didn't contribute, so I contributed too much.
That could be a topic. I don't think. Is it just me, or does Lego not coming out with as many $500 sets this year?
I think it's you. They they got some more coming in the pipe that they've already announced.
But take away UCS sets.
Okay.
So because we're always going to get the Star Wars UCS sets, and they're always going to be a few $100s. But outside of that, they might be dropping down because they're seeing how, or even drop the price, like the $350 to $500 sets. Maybe they won't do as many of them because nobody wants to pay that much.
Yeah. Well, and there's always what are they, a year ahead or something on producing sets? So the stuff that they did was done a year ago, and what's the economy look like then? What was the outlook for the economy this year? So this may be a little bit of a pullback year for them because the economy. Not great now, but it was it's kind of scary looking last year, especially third, fourth quarter. So
last year there was one every month.
There was, but yeah.
And so that's just. Now that I don't know, that's just. All right, Chris Cummings. Chris Cummings says, "I suppose we're never going to get a Lego Terminator because that character also pulls someone's heart out." I guess so.
Yeah, that would be in reference to the Indiana Jones.
That's just one thing he did.
Gears and Bricks. The thing with all the Lego X-Wings is that they will never stop producing more, and Jabbo never will be without temptation to buy them.
I just talked about that a minute ago.
Yeah, Jabbo will definitely get that one. It's just a matter of when. Right. There'll be in like July. There'll be a promotion. Well, there'll be double VIP with a gift with purchase, and he'll be like, there wasn't really anything I wanted, so I just went ahead and got this.
So it's like, since there's not a lot of other Star Wars sets other than that, like I said, the diorama, it's like this might be a good time to get it, but it just depends. Like, I don't know if that Death Star and the little card thing is enough for me.
If that little Death Star had a minifigure with it, it'd be a whole different deal.
Exclusive minifigure.
Like, that's what I mean.
Not a
exclusive minifigure.
Yeah. You just can't throw another Darth Vader version in there.
You never know.
Well,
his idea about pick-a-brick changeover is that pick-a-brick cups, especially the small size, will probably become a collectible on Bricklink. I can see him on eBay for like $19.99 for an empty cup.
Oh my goodness! Just for the empty cup?
Yeah,
just for the empty cup.
I got to thinking about this when we were looking at the boxes. So, stacking or putting things in a container, certain shapes are less conducive. You end up with wasted space. I think a square or rectangular box for a lot of typical Lego pieces might actually make better use of the volume.
Yes.
So it's potentially you could have a box that has less volume than the pick-a-brick cup, but you could still put more pieces in it.
Yes,
that's very possible.
They would be very clever if they had if the boxes are made to be in the same size as the brick pieces.
I just feel that eventually this could be 5 years, 10 years, 5 years down the road. I think at some point they're going to get to selling it by the pound.
So the people that have access to the big factories, like in Europe, the people just go in there and they.
I saw a video. I watched a video on that since our last podcast. I had never seen that before. It's just walking into a warehouse and just boxes. So
that's what H2 Brick does. He can like go get all these pieces. Like, so they have access to that. We have access to like sales on sets and stuff.
Right, yeah.
But in Europe, they have access to that. That's why you see these Bricklink stores all around those places.
Yeah, that makes sense because you can go in there and buy a whole box of 2x4 orange 2x4,
Right.
or your fluorescent yellow 2x4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole time y'all discussed Samsonite being heretics, I kept thinking about G.F. Martin guitars. There was a line called Sigma guitars, which broke Mr. Martin's rules, such as unorganized serial number system, leading to their being shut down. This is similar to many sets being labeled number 1 and number 2, etc. A Sigma
700.
a Sigma guitar Martin DM2 was my first guitar. It has a twin, and both were purchased the same day in '83. I don't imagine the warranties is still good on it, though. I never knew the molds had pins for the imposed studs. Is that still a known standard?
No, that was a thing that I think only Samsonite did. I don't think that's a thing Lego does. I don't think that's normal. I think that's how they repaired the
Samsonite
parts.
quality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lastly, I guess you'll get one view counted from most of us, given the shorter episode. Good show, guys. Gears and bricks again. For things like studs and smaller pieces, I imagine the cups will actually fit more than the new boxes because of the allowance for Scotch tape, unless they're forgiving about the box lid too. That's true. Because you could kind of.
They never complain if you cram more in.
Yeah.
I hear people talk about where they'll do they'll get an extra scoop, or where are they putting the extra scoop? Have you not seen where they? Oh, I guess that's if you get the bag instead. I don't know. I don't
know. I don't buy from it enough.
My store has always been very generous with me. So
I've never not been to a pab that's not
there's a guy in our little Facebook group that he works at the Lego store. So the other day he sends a picture for the build a minifigure.
Yeah.
A bag of probably at least 500, probably 1,000 of the Newcastle torso.
Yeah.
And the legs that go with them, it's just a head scratcher because you're thinking all these people think these parts are rare, and they get them by the thousands at every store.
Well, that's what I learned from Kevin Hinkle. Like there were those exclusive Comic-Con and New York Toy Fair figures that there were only 300 or 200 made, and they gave out hundreds to employees.
Yep.
Yeah.
BrickTrain fan. You have got this guy, Joey. He is.
He's just one of us. He's
So BrickTrain fan says, yet another great show. Jabo, Lego is beta. Is beta. It's priceless.
Yep.
This is my favorite podcast. I'll keep it short. I have one work for 12-volt train cable measurement. Mills plates. Well, that is 2 words, but Mills plates are the perfect solution for managing 12-volt train control wires.
Mm-hmm.
You guys rock.
Under the Mills plates.
The Mills was set up initially to use arches so that you can use you can
do your cable management in there. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Jabo, I'll have to place another order because I still don't have a signed brick.
So he messaged me a week or so after his order, and he said he hadn't received it, and I sent him the tracking, and it showed delivered like 2 days after I sent it. And I was like, oh no. And it had a signed brick in it. I forgot about it, and he placed another order. I was like, I thought he would wait to see if he could track down the one. So here in the comments below, see, I'm trying to get engagement for you, Joey.
Okay, thank you.
What happened to BrickTrain Friends package? Did did the post office deliver it to the wrong house?
Which is
did the post office lose it but still show it as delivered? Or did somebody steal it off of his porch?
Right. If it gets to my porch, it ain't. Well, I ain't gonna say it ain't going. I ain't gonna challenge the world and say it ain't gonna get stolen. But there's a sign on my porch that says "Smile, you're on camera." And if you stop for 30 seconds to look, you will realize you have walked up to my door. You are on 3 different cameras.
Wow.
My neighbors call it Fort Knox.
That doesn't deter them, because if they steal something off your porch, the police aren't going to do nothing.
No, I know. Shh, don't tell nobody that.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, they're not. They're not going to chase them down. But remember, I only have 2 stoplights. If they get on my porch, I know who they are.
Yeah, so you're probably not worried about it too much.
I know who they are.
SG, a plastic pick-a-brick cup is exactly 1 liter. I measured it once to mark a cup 10 levels of 10 CLs to have an indication how much you take at start end of filling the cup with bulk items. Huh.
But that's probably liquid measurement, liter, right?
Yeah, 1 liter. A liter is a big bottle.
Right.
That's a lot of liquid. It's a big cup.
Who's actually drank out of a pick-a-brick cup before? Okay, that was John.
I did it because it grosses out Kevin Hinkle.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, he hates it. Well, he worked there, and he's like, yeah, but he's like, everybody touches those cups. It's like, well, first off.
Yeah, people put their mouths on glasses in restaurant and the fork in their mouth, and yet you eat that. They don't put new forks out for everybody.
Right. Yeah, and I washed my cup, so I washed it.
If you half the people in Louisiana are like me, and you open up the cabinet, and all you see is plastic Mardi Gras cups that we picked up off the ground.
Yeah,
stuck them in the dishwasher. They're good to go.
Good to go.
I can't pronounce. Oh, I guess I can. Pasta Jensen. I had to syllabize. Pasta Jensen. I once traveled from Norway to Trinidad Tobago just to say, yes, you do indeed need to replace that card.
Oh, I guess he works on computers and stuff too.
Yeah, like
yeah, the easy.
Got to replace that card. Yep.
drive across the state. Yep, you guys are gonna have to get a new one. See ya. Or some bricks. Great show, guys. I have just had a cup of trans black coffee, but it looked brown and tasted brown. Must change brands. Time to go and exercise my wing.
That's good.
Well, somebody needs to start doing some kind of meme or like merchandise based around this.
Trans brown, trans black.
Yeah, it's like it's black coffee. So now is black coffee really black coffee, or is it brown coffee?
Brown coffee.
Well,
sounds like tea to me.
Yeah. Well, I do know it gets light brown when you put creamer in it.
Yeah.
Trans light brown.
Or would that be tan?
Oh,
brick yellow.
Brick yellow, yes.
Yeah, there's a good short for you, Jabo. You could have your cup of coffee, and with the brown brick next to your black coffee, then pour creamer in it and put your yellow brick next to it.
Oh man.
Sin Killer Tachikawa. Samsonite is not a theme. It's a warning.
A warning.
Chris Cummings, what Discord server are you guys on? I'm sure it's not the Chima server.
You do such a good job of advertising it.
Yeah. I'm sure it's not the Chima server. Even though I leave a lot of comments from time to time, I'm not the one who likes downloading a lot of apps.
Yeah.
Don't blame you.
Chris Cummings again. Lego probably hopes people will get out of stock pieces from Bricklink. Nope. They expect everyone to purchase the sets with those parts. Greed is good.
Yeah.
So I think Chris is one of our viewers who watches from start to finish or listens from start to finish, and he puts comments in as he goes through.
Along. Yeah.
Which we do appreciate.
Because I find that on the longer videos that I watch, if I don't comment at that moment, I'll forget by the end of the video.
I do that too. I do that sometimes with yours when they're, it's like 3 minutes in, I'm like, oh, I put something in. And sometimes I'm commenting and the video's going on, and then I got to back the video up because I wasn't paying attention because I was commenting.
Well, there's sometimes what I'll do is just open, if I know I'm going to comment, which if it's like, one of your guys' videos, I'll open the comments as soon as I start the video. And then as it's going along, I'll just type something, then I'll type something more, and I'll, get like this weird long comment.
Well, I used to couldn't pause a video if I had an open comment that I haven't submitted yet, but I think they fixed that bug.
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't like that. Or if an ad popped up,
you can't on your phone. On mine, I can. If I'm in a comment, I can't go up and control it because it'll just erase the comment.
Yeah.
But I think on the computer you can do it.
Okay.
I think. We've established we're not YouTube experts, right?
Yeah, we already knew that. Gears and Bricks. Oh, and also, isn't the idea of Lego selling their own product on Bricklink the definition of insider trading? Or am I confusing my vocabulary again? Wow. Well, it technically it's not insider trading because they aren't publicly traded. However, the FTC might oppose to that because they're forming a monopoly.
Oof. I don't know. They're not going to form a monopoly because Mega Bloks exist, but it's kind of them.
Where's the Mega Bloks reselling site?
I still think it would be kind of a bad move for Lego to try to sell on Bricklink.
Yeah.
I mean, it would hurt Bricklink. But they're obviously trying to.
I don't think Lego will do it because it would be more expensive for them to do it because they got Pick-a-Brick.
Yes,
but Pick-a-Brick in some cases is more expensive than Bricklink. In some cases, it's a lot cheaper than Bricklink.
Yes. It's usually volume on basic parts is where you're going to get cheaper.
Yeah.
And the thing about the Pick-a-Brick is...
I'm not going to buy 2x4 bricks on Pick-a-Brick unless they're unreleased colors or like new colors.
Right.
The thing about Pick-a-Brick for me is that I'm not as familiar with all the terms, and it takes me a long time to find something on Pick-a-Brick.
I find when things aren't user-friendly, they don't want you to really use it.
Yeah. I mean, the easiest way for me to do it is if I know a set that something came in, but then you're not guaranteed that every part in that set is going to be available on the Pick-a-Brick.
Yeah, it's like I keep checking to see if the air tanks, the purple stuff for the purple spaceman, I keep seeing if they're going to put some of those where you can get them. They never do. But I'm always like, what do they call it? They don't call it air tanks.
Oh, yeah. They don't. You're right.
Yeah, the only way I could search for them is I pull up that set.
Yeah.
I scroll. I mean, that's.
And then I'm always trying to remember. Wait, what was that set again? So then I have to look at what was it Chinese something?
Chinese New Year, the parade. And their Pick-a-Brick thing is completely set up based on whatever their current inventory has.
Yeah, if Pick-a-Brick had feedback, they'd be getting a lot of negative feedbacks.
I would imagine, yeah.
Because it's much, people wouldn't like the way the orders come, how long it takes to get them, and things like that.
I always felt like that was set up initially to help people who had lost parts or said they didn't have the parts, so it's a customer service thing, right? And then they whatever they decided, however they decided to set that up, they hired people to manage this thing so that they get, and then it's like, well, okay, now we have these people, but they're not doing that much. What can we do? Oh, well, let's make a Pick-a-Brick kind of thing, and then it overwhelmed those people.
Yeah,
because they are hand picking that stuff. We know.
I wonder if there are Bricklink stores that could show them more efficient ways of running it.
It could be,
or maybe they already are doing it in an efficient way.
I've seen some random pictures where it looks like they are literally just getting them out of a bin, like cubby hole bins, and that ain't much more than what we're doing. Other than their bins were 10 gallons,
How are they counting the pieces? Are they weighing them?
I'd bet they're weighing them.
The thing about weighing, we used to do that where I work, and that only works if you're doing a lot. If you had
Hundreds.
10,
It had to be at least hundreds, because like if I'm going to count 10 pieces, 20 pieces, it's going to be quicker to count them than to weigh them.
right now, the only advantage is that Lego is very quality conscious, right? So the parts are really similar. It is possible to download the part weight into a digital scale, and then tell it, oh, these are going to weigh this many, and then have them digitally count.
I think they would need to have an interactive scale to make it efficient, where you scan a barcode on the item, and that changes the scale setting, and then when they weigh it, it automatically calculates it instead of you having to enter it in every time.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it almost have to be mobile, like a mobile scale, so they can walk down.
That's what I figured. I pictured them having a cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
The scale on it.
I pictured something like that Lego factory setup with a cart and a scale.
Could be. I mean, that's the only way it'd be efficient. Unfortunately, I have a feeling it's 6 guys running around a warehouse with a basket.
But think about it: if you order off Bricklink and you don't ship it out, and they don't receive it within a week, people are fussing at you.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes pick a brick takes a month.
Sometimes I forget that I ordered something. It takes so long.
Yeah.
Jabo Hasko. Jabo made a video complaining about Lepin, which got a lot of hate comments. He responded to the hate comments on the ironic Lepin live stream, which blew up because it got featured on the South African Lepin website.
It's true.
If I was in that Discord server, you guys could bother me like you bother Brian mid-show. People do say I have a photographic memory. You guys even said you can't remember what you said at the start of the episode. Think about it next time you forget something. Well, we've already asked. I've already said we needed mayo for something in this video, and I forgot what it was.
Yep. Oh, Discord servers. I don't know about them anymore.
So this video is 5 days old, and it's got almost 500 views. So when do you?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Do you find that they just, if they'll get so many views in the first day and a half, 2 days, and then they're done?
No, the podcast is a little more slow burn. There'll be usually a couple hundred in the first 3 days or something, but they kind of slowly creep up. It's not until after I don't know, like a month or two that I don't know. You won't see any more real views on it, but yeah, it keeps creeping up over for the next month or so. I would always think that the next one would kill the previous one, but it doesn't seem to. But I've not done enough analytic deep dive to.
You also have to see, this isn't maybe we didn't think of that. Good, but it's a podcast, but this is not the only video style that you make on this channel.
Right.
And I think the shorts that you make are good for this, but who knows what the right thing to do is. But I think go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, I think you're doing really good for the subscriber count and the amount of views that you're getting. It's really, really good.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah. I have a low subscriber count, but I think I have a higher than what that should represent view count. It seems like. I don't know. I think YouTube is really set up for each channel to be a thing, right? So just like Cali Brick Click, they created a channel just for Cali Brick Click.
Yeah, and if they were to post reviews on that channel, something would stink. It's just the way YouTube is.
So you think this would do better on a channel that was just the podcast?
I don't know if it'd do better, but I think the analytics would be happier about it. You know, because it would be considered a podcast. At this point, I'm not sure. I don't, considering this is now part of a podcast, right?
That may actually fix that problem. Like, they are trying to make it where people don't have to do only shorts, or people don't have to do only podcasts. It's good if they have these little features like the playlist for podcasts,
right?
Where it doesn't, you posting another type of content doesn't kill your channel.
Right. It's almost like they've pulled it's so like this podcast exists in YouTube, okay, but then it's like they've created a whole nother area for just podcasts, and so we're gonna get a boost out of that, and it's the same for the shorts. I don't know how much, even though I publish my shorts to everybody that's subscribed, it's obvious because a regular video is going to be around 200 views. That's what I'm going to see, and a short's going to be about 1,300 views. And then
that's just a short.
That's just a short.
Shorts is a whole different.
It is, and it's absolutely no views for a short, right? Because I've seen shorts that have only been up for a few hours have tens of thousands of views, right? So it's, but that's just how I know my channel. It's like, oh well, it hit normal for my channel. I suck some more. Woo!
So I think YouTube is also designed kind of like a mobile game, where it's designed like when you're starting to get you hooked.
Okay.
And then once they got you, they don't care no more, and they make you do more work just to keep playing. Yeah,
could be. Yeah. Well. Yeah, I'm never gonna get a silver play button. I'm not gonna try. I just do what I want to do, and I like hanging out with you guys every 2 weeks and doing this.
And we love hearing the comments of our viewers. And I don't know why we're talking about this stupid YouTube stuff. I mean, we're using the platform to post this content. Or if you're watching or listening. On Spotify, let us know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which I guess you have to leave a comment on YouTube.
I'll have to Spotify. That's actually starting to come up. The Spotify stuff. I think probably because of the Apple being on Apple. If it'll refresh.
Wait, let me look at my Spotify here. What's it called? A F.o.O.L Podcast?
Yeah. So yeah. It looks like 15 views for the last 10 or so episodes.
I don't see the A.F.o.O.L Podcast.
It's there somewhere.
When I search podcasts, it doesn't come up.
On Spotify?
Yeah.
And then there was a whole.
How do I find you? Let me do podcast and shows. I can't find it. Hey, fool, let's do. What's the last one you posted? Is it 71?
Yeah, 71. New Trans Black.
Oh, hey, look under podcast and shows and type in BrickTrains for the search.
Oh, is that then?
There's the link.
Let me click on my phone. Hold on.
Does it show views on here?
Again, I see views.
For you guys at home, you can talk amongst yourself
while we look at stuff again. Yeah, I'm getting. It looks like
Brick Model Railroader came up. Cali Bricklink.
You guys are all welcome for all the support I'm giving you. Trying to find my podcast.
Well, here's a good thing. If you type in more like this, there is none. We are in our own realm.
Right. Yeah. Well, I was always kind of afraid, I put the dots in there, but I took the dots out. But there's also like the Motley Fool.
Oh, you know what? This says so the way you have it on here.
I have it in both ways.
You have it. This comes up under BrickTrains, but it says it's A space Fools.
Huh?
No period. Let's see if it comes up like that. Capital A space capital F OOLS.
Well, here, I'll show you how it looks.
It doesn't come up like that.
I'm trying to find it without.
That's not what it.
That's what it. That's
You got the dots in it.
yes,
why
but
I'm not
down
finding-
here down here.
But
It's
what matters is the title.
yeah. Okay. Well,
Let me do A.F.O.O.L.
or if anybody would like, just go down here in the description, and there's
Click the link there. I found it.
Several links. There are several links to.
Nobody has rated it. I cannot believe that.
Will be the first.
How many episodes did you put on here?
All of them are on here.
Are you serious?
Yes, I transferred them all.
Wow.
And that was part of the problem too, is because the other way I was doing it with Podbean, it still shows up sometimes. I tried to go.
Hey, how does it have the right date?
Did you put A space?
It's A space F.O.O.
Did you enter those dates in when you uploaded them?
Yes.
Man, you did a lot of work.
Well, I was trying to make it better.
Can you get rid of those? You'd have to.
I think you need to get rid of the.
There's 71 of those. I could get rid of them. Now, here's the.
Right. People click follow the link.
Yeah, follow the link.
Because
type
so
in
this is why this is why the other ones because there's not Lego and
right.
not A.F.o.O.L as one word.
Right.
But it is there if you follow the link.
It is there if you follow the link.
It is by far the most popular A.F.o.O.L podcast on Spotify.
I guess I can go in there and change these.
No, don't do it.
I mean, it would take.
Actually, you don't need to change the videos. You need to change the title of the podcast.
Oh,
that needs to change right there. That needs to be one word.
Okay, so I got to think how to do this. That's where we're at as episodes. Let's go home. Here we go. Look at this live with us. No, see, look, I did change it there. The title of the podcast does not have the dot. I thought I took it out.
It has a space. I can see the space.
But you want so no space between A and
A and Fool. Yes.
And maybe for Spotify.
There's your password.
Could you put the A.F.o.O.L Lego podcast, and then Lego would be a keyword?
Or put a Lego podcast. But you got to that would have to be a trademark thing. He can't have it in the title of what it is. Like the A.F.o.O.L podcast can't be the Lego A.F.o.O.L podcast, or shouldn't be. But in the description, he's got Lego. So
I got Lego there. Yeah, I'll have to think for a second because I don't know how to edit this right away. I think I got to go to my settings and stuff.
Okay, so you can actually make money doing this.
I do not have. I've not hit the limit. I need a lot more views.
Okay,
and then I could do something. Yes.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, you want to get us out of here now that we've talked about everything under the sun, mostly YouTube.
If you remembered what we talked about, please let us know in the comments below. If you like the A.F.o.O.L podcast, please follow us on Spotify. Give it a listen. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a rating. If you didn't like it, as always, tell your enemies. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks with another A.F.o.O.L one word podcast.
See you guys.